Yeah, I went on my own strike there.
Oh, there you are. Welcome. Come on in. Don't be shy.
Come on in, guys. Welcome. Don't.
Oh, there you are. Welcome. Come on in. Don't be shy.
Did I really hit that twice? Wow. Come in, guys. Welcome. Don't be shy. Good to see everybody. Wow. PJ's really off. I'm really off today. Everything's off today. Everything's off today. The Wi-Fi's off. I'm off. Yeah, was that strike comment? What was it? It was Philip, wasn't it? Was it? I think it was Philip, right? PJ went on strike in his own strike. That was funny. I think it was Philip. Good to see. There it is. Yeah. Good to see everybody, guys. And yeah. Wow. Yeah. It took a lot to get started today, but that's okay because we're here. And once we're here, we're here. So yeah, no matter how long it took to get started, thank you guys for coming back in and keeping us on in the background there until we got started. So I know some of you guys were in here early. I saw Sci-Fi Mambi, and I saw James, and I saw Maria, I saw Alina, so and a couple of you others. So thank you guys for hanging around. And see, Sci-Fi Mambi, I told you it's so unreliable. So yeah, this is an example of being unreliable, Sci-Fi Mambi. So yeah, it was mostly today was mostly tech related, but yeah, so we're here. And let me take a second and put this out on. I have Twitter again, even though so I'm going to put this out. I'm going to actually go ahead and put this out on Twitter for 1 second. If you don't mind, guys, if you don't mind sharing it out, I appreciate it. It always helps. It does help to. It was very noticeable when I lost the original Orville Twitter. So it definitely does help. So thank you guys for sharing it out. And anybody who wants to share it out, I will take I'm going to do it right now and share it out myself. And let me see. Alrighty. I want to make sure, because these are very good positive streams. I really do want to let people know. And this channel's got to grow soon. I'm going to take. We need to get good positive messages out there. It's enough of the negativity. I'm done with it. I'm friends with all my friends in the community. I support everybody, but I'm done with the negativity. Yep, I'm done with it. I'm done. So I want to get some really positive messages out there. Let's see. Where is my 1 second, guys? Where'd it go? And I'm going to go ahead and say hi to everybody in here right now. You know what? Let's just use, I'm just going to use a picture of Captain Mercer for today. There you go. We are finally live. All right, there you go. And thanks to everybody else who is sharing it. And I'm going to go ahead and connect to to see who's in the chat and say hello to everybody who is in the chat. And I'm so off today. I'm so off. It's one of those days. It's been a good day. I'm just missing my layups. I'm missing my layups today, guys. So there we go. All righty. PJ missing his layups. It's funny. It's funny. I when I say PJ, it's almost like this is an alter ego, even though it's totally me. This is totally who I am. But like when being on here, it feels like it's an alternate ego. That's sometimes it feels weird. But anyway, okay, let's say hello to everybody. Positive vibes, brah. Yeah. Good to see you, Philip Gaming, my evil Vulcan friend. There you go. And we got to talk, Philip, about having Philip on here. And Sci-Fi Mambi. And Sci-Fi Mambi and I were chit-chatting the other day, and we're going to continue to chit-chat. Good to see you, Sci-Fi Mambi. Someone hasn't had their coffee yet today, so I don't need coffee. The last thing I need is more coffee. Yeah. But I'm definitely missing my free throws and my layups today. Dr. Omega. Hey, greetings, John DeMarco, and all his Luminites are out there. Just great friends in the chat. Mountains of Elysium, good to see you. I can't stay long, but thank you for saying hello, Mountains. Good to see you, my friend. And Maria, good to see you. Maria has been, we've been following around each other this morning, right? From one chat to the other. I could have watched 4 episodes of the Orville. Philip, yes, you probably could have. Although not season 3. Not season 3, right, Philip? You could have watched season 1 and 2 episodes, right? And James Caserta, yes, liftoff finally, my friend. Yeah, sci-fi author James Caserta. And we were hanging out with sci-fi author Dig Outlaw before. And hello, Sandra Feliciano. Good to see you, Sandra. And I'm sure Raymond is not far behind. And good to see you guys. LDG, free the net. Good to see you. Good to see you, LDG. And Elena, good to see Elena dropping in here. Thank you. And she probably thought we weren't ready to go. Be the change, says Elihu. Yeah, be the change. I think PJ meant change, constantly changing the time. Yeah, I was, unfortunately. And John Sopola, good to see John Sopola hanging out in here. I should team up with Sci-Fi Mambi. Yeah, well, we're gonna have. I want to have lots of you guys come on, and lots of you guys come on and talk stuff together, and I anticipated having some connectivity issues. I didn't expect this today, but we're going to be posting our. I wanted to post it for today, but I wasn't 100% sure about things, so we're going to be posting our next We Grow Together for probably for Wednesday. So good to see everybody. So Be the change. What does be the change mean? Be the change, my evil Vulcan friend. Be the change. Everybody, the nerd community, there's no short of complaining in our greater community. There's no short of complaining. There's no lack of complaining. In our nerd community and in our greater human community on Earth, right? We all complain about stuff. We all want, well, this is only this way, and if it was only that way, and if only this person would do this or this person would do that, and if it was only different, if it was, there was only a change. I'm waiting for the change. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What change are you waiting for? What happens if you wait for that change? What happens if you wait for that change and you don't get off your ass until that change happens? What's going to happen? What's going to happen if you just sit there waiting for that change, right? Well, you can't sit there and wait for that change. You can't. You have to move. You have to move. And you have to be in process and make movements and move toward your goals, move toward your dreams, move toward, even if it's just baby steps, right? Even if it's just baby steps, but you cannot, nobody should be just waiting around for stuff to happen, because what happens if you just wait around for stuff to happen? What happens if you're not proactive? If you're not proactive, then you're going to be caught up in somebody else's BS and somebody else's whatever. What about your stuff? What about your dreams? What about your goals, right? Well, you can't just sit there and wait around for stuff. You can't sit there and wait around for this. Comic book guys everywhere. If you're waiting for someone else to do the change, it will never happen. You start the change. Exactly, Sci-Fi Mombi. And you start the change, and not only do you start the change, but you live the change. You are the change. You become the change that you want to see in others, in your life, and in your environment, right? You become the change that you want to see. Now, make that change. Shame on. Look at the man in the mirror. Yes, look at that man in the mirror. Look at that man. What? That's a good point. Let's say you look at that man in the mirror, Philip. That's a good example. Let's say you look at that man in the mirror, that woman in the mirror, right? And that woman in the mirror has a frown. That woman in the mirror, that man in the mirror has a frown, right? How do you get that frown to change? You won't get that frown to change in that reflection. You won't get that frown to change of that man in the mirror, that woman in the mirror, until you proactively change it yourself. When you change it yourself, then that reflection, that person in the mirror, will start smiling. That will change. In many ways, our environment is a looking glass, as my friend Bob Proctor used to say. Is a looking. That's an old way of saying a mirror, right? Our environment is a reflection, is a mirror of what is going on inside us. Not an absolute mirror, but it's heavily influenced. To what degree? It's very, very, very influenced by what's going on inside. There are some other factors going on, but primarily your reflection, your environment is basically a reflection of what's going on inside your mind, your heart, and your actions, right? It's a reflection of your actions as well. What about my BS? Says James. If change is inevitable, predictable, beneficial, doesn't logic demand that you be a part of it? That is a very Vulcan way of saying it, my friend. That is a very Spock way of saying it. A change is inevitable, predictable, beneficial. Doesn't logic demand that you be a part of it? I like that. I have a small baby step you can start with. Pay it forward. I, from time to time, pay for someone's order in the drive-thru and leave a little card. Oh, that's wonderful, Sci-Fi Mombi. That's wonderful. And that whole concept, that's a wonderful, specific way of doing it. That whole concept of paying it forward. That whole concept of paying it forward is absolutely, absolutely. Listen, it's like, what would you do? What would you do? Think about this. What would you do if things finally went the way you wanted to, right? If things finally went the way they wanted to, you finally had the success, the level of success, financial and other, and satisfaction in your life. If you finally had that, oh, then I would be so kind and generous to everybody. What if you start being kind and generous right now? Start being kind and generous right now. Pay it forward now. Be that person now, right? Act like that person now. Feel like that person now. Think like that person now, right? And maybe your environment will start to favor, will start to reflect that person that you're on the inside here, and the acts you take, right? I physically can't smile anymore. James, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can physically smile, my friend. But I understand the sentiment. Um, I saw you smile on camera. I think. I wonder if you want to share. If you want to share, James, why do you say you can't smile anymore? Hello back, John Sapola. Good to see you back, my friend. TGIF. Yes, thank God it's Friday. Thank God it's Friday, John Sapola. Yeah, say it ain't so, James. You can. Why would you say? I'm sure you can smile, my friend. And Captain Kirk can be very logical when he puts his mind to it. Yes, Captain. Yes, Captain. Hey, Ms. Martin. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Ms. Martin. And we have. I'm gonna say hi to Love Shack in a sec. Let's see. Let me just check out the super sticker. Thank you, Ms. Martin, for that super sticker. Let's see. I just want to see I want to identify what super sticker it is. And guys, if you don't mind sharing it out, I appreciate it. Oh, that's a beautiful rose. Thank you, Ms. Martin Muses. And guys, make sure you, of course, are subscribed to Ms. Martin. And I was in her channel before, and she was talking a lot of good common sense. And you're going to want to subscribe to your and I'm just going to put the link to that stream before of Ms. Martin, The Need to Be Right and Why It's Wrong. Morning Musings. It was a good stream. And that is the link to Ms. Martin. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for that wonderful, beautiful digital rose. And that is the link to her stream. And you might want to check that out, guys. And definitely give it a sub. And hello to our friend in Brazil. Good to see you. Leaf Hendrickson live at the Love Shack. Did I mention you choose the most oddly hours to be live on YouTube? Yes, I'm so sorry we got you busy on something. Good to see you. Good to see Love Shack. Good to see all you guys. Hey, Jessica Castillo, pay it forward. Do for others as you would have done for you. Yes, Jessica. And thank you. And all you guys in here are just wonderful, generous souls. And it's, we see that on, when we see you guys in the community, when we see you guys on your channels, when we see you guys posting, we see that love. And you know what? I think most people are good people, right? And remember Sci-Fi Buzz, says James. I'm not sure what you mean right now. I'm not sure what you mean, James. But I don't remember right now what that means right now. But if you want to elaborate, I will absolutely go ahead and read your elaboration on that. I'm a classic graduated from Star Trek. Engineer do nothing, goes nowhere. Good to see. Good to see that very entertaining picture of Love Shack. So, guys, being the change, um, we affect our environment on so many levels, right? We affect our environment on so many levels. We affect our environment um, by literally co-creating with the universe, right? We're literally co-creating with the universe. We are literally creating every second of every moment, every instant of every moment. We are creating a brand new reality, right? And I know some for some people it's a little far out there, but so we're affecting our environment on so many different levels. Even if it's just your energy, right? On an interpersonal level, let's think about it on a different level, an interpersonal level. If your energy is good, right? That positive energy, that good mood can be contagious, just like bad moods are contagious, right? Just like bad moods are contagious, right? Um, are you in the? Are you compensating for something? Are you in the beard season, PJ? No, there's no beard season. It's just a little. There's just a little stubble. That's all. Not beard season. And compensating for something. I already know. Okay. Well, that's a big compliment from down there in Brazil. Thank you, Love Shack, for that wonderful comment. That wonderful compliment. Um, so all we are obsessed a lot, right? We're obsessed a lot, especially in our community. We're obsessed with what's going on with this fandom or that fandom or this book or comic book or this series or whatever. What's going on with this channel, with this YouTuber, with this influencer, whatever, right? And we certainly have a lot to say. And if you go through, you go through YouTube and you go through social media, there's people with a lot to say. I also think it's important. I do think it's important to sometimes say what you're thinking. I also do think it's important to, be as respectful as you can. I do think it's important as well that if you can't say anything nice, don't say too much or nothing at all, right? You can have direct commentary. You can have a critique of stuff. That's fair. But what kind of energy are you going to give it? Once you start dishing out negative energy, how is that affecting you, right? How is that affecting you? Once you start dishing out negative energy, why is that affecting you? And I see this with influencers. I see this with people who are friends. I see this with people who are acquaintances. I see this with once you start down that road of being too negative, too critical, too critiquing, too judgmental, what is that starting to take away from you? What is that starting to take away from you? Positive, just like negative, is overrated. Be realistic. Well, that is a very much like that is a very Love Shack comment for sure, and I don't disagree with that. Being realistic. However, we also create our reality, right, guys? We create our reality. Giving stuff too much importance is a problem. Giving stuff too much importance is a problem. How do you make lemonade from lemons? A lot of fans, a lot of channels complain about the crappy sci-fi we get lately, right? How do you make lemonade from lemons? How do you turn those into wins, right? Maybe it means it's time to check out something else or create something else, or maybe evolve to another level of who you are and let go for a while. on that level of insatisfaction, right? If you are spewing out insatisfaction continuously, it's just going to come back to bite you. It's going to come back to bite you. I see it all the time. I see it. It bites people all the time. Well, tonight I'm treating myself to pizza, which I have not had in over a year. I soft drinking Ghostbusters. Oh, that sounds fun, John. That sounds fun, John Sapola. Should be a fun time. I will be over later. Just tell me where to show up. Just tell us where. Tell us all where to show up. I feel naked here without a wrench. You feel you don't have a wrench. All right. Oh no, I gotta say, Love Shack. Let's see. Love Shack has been around for a while. We will give him his wrench. There you go. I know you will use it wisely. All righty. And once you start down the dark path, forever will it consume you? It will just like Vader, make you just like Vader. Yeah, forever will it dominate your destiny? That's what Yoda said. Forever will it dominate your destiny. Okay, so John's going to be posting where the big meetup is tonight, the big pizza meetup to watch Ghostbusters. A battery with no charge is not full of negative energy. A battery with no charge is not full of negative energy. It's empty, so you have no energy to flow if you have no charge. Interesting. That is a good point. I am on premium account. No commercial breaks is awesome. There you go. Good for you, Leif Hendrickson. Great. No interruptions. No interruptions from PJ's bullshit. So let's go on with the BS. Be the change. Happiness. This has come up a lot this week. Happiness is often a blessing, and it's often a choice as well. Sometimes it's both. But when it's harder, when it seems like happiness isn't coming, that means that those are the days that happiness is a choice, right? And it's important to incorporate some level of happiness, some level of joy, even on a darker day, right? Even on a more gloomy day, it's important. It's important, guys, because it does a lot of stuff. When you incorporate happiness into your gloomy day, it brings you around to give you a little bit of perspective. Perspective is important. Perspective allows you to disconnect from the problem, from the worry, from the concern, and you can come back to it later in a different light, right? I promise to be more wise in my new account. I'm sure you will be. Love Shack. That's why we trust you with that wrench. So being the change, and so this is like, and we're talking about the creators community. Hopefully, we're going to find some new stuff out about that soon. We're waiting for that launch, but there's a lot of creators in here. There's a lot of YouTubers and creators and influencers right in here, and authors, right, and lurkers. There's a lot of people in here with a lot to say and a lot to share. What if, with great ability to share, comes great responsibility? With great ability to share comes great responsibility. And that means that, and I'm reminded a little bit from Ms. Martin's stream earlier. You choose what spin you're going to put on something. You choose. You could take a negative event in the news, or a negative occurrence, or your crappy day, or anything, and you could put a positive spin on that? Or what about this? What about if what's going on in your negative day? What about if there's a lesson there? There's usually a lesson there. There's usually a lesson on some level always. Think about that. There's usually a lesson on some level always. Look for that lesson. Thank the universe for giving you that lesson and say, okay, I got the feedback. I got the lesson. Okay. Processing it here too. But you know what? No, thanks. I mean, thank you. I got the lesson. Now let's let that go. And I want to move on to something else, right? What about, let's see. What about that? Let's go back to the chat. PJ, your black shirt gives strong Discovery vibes. You were always more like a TNG guy. Oh, Star Trek Discovery. Oh, I hope it's Discovery Channel and not Star Trek Discovery that you're talking about. The music swells, says James Caserta. James is being very philosophical today. Good to have James in the chat, and I'm sure James will be jumping on again to tell us more about Zortex. And don't forget to put in your links in there for the novels, James. And Potato Revan, good to see you, my friend. I bumped into you earlier. I hope you were fantastic too. And I'm in constant pain. To me, pain means I'm alive. That is a wonderful lesson to all of us there, Potato, and the fact that you are sharing that is a blessing. Yes, if you're feeling pain, it means you're alive. It means you're alive. Maybe you're supposed to be here. Maybe you're supposed to be, I'm not saying you're supposed to be feeling pain, but you're supposed to be alive. And maybe that can better. Maybe that situation can better, right? But let's make some lemonade from those lemons, right? For the time being. And also let's bring in some betterment, right? Let's bring in some betterment. Let's try to improve life, right? Try to improve the pain and try to improve the perception of the pain and try to improve life in general. And thank you for sharing that, Potato. Very wise words. The background screen gives me a positive vibe. It's definitely the color of the future, except in sure, beige is definitely the color of the future, except in lingerie. All right, it's good to have Love Shack back in the chat. Dr. Omega, the problem as I see it is that you put your love into an IP for 10, 20, 30 years. Then JJ or someone comes along and changes it drastically. So it's a form of death, and you need to grieve. And you know what, Dr. Omega? Yeah, you can grieve. You can grieve, right? But I'm going to say something. Like, for example, we passed the 4-year mark on this channel. And And in many ways, this channel and lots of other channels in our greater community have their roots in, kind of an atmosphere of dissatisfaction, right? Even the Orville comes from a time of dissatisfaction, right? Of Seth's dissatisfaction, and at the same time, but simultaneously creative, wanting to create something, right? And so Seth making the lemonade from lemons, right? And to grieve, yeah. Now the real question is, how long do you grieve for? And is it good for you to grieve? And my dear friend Doomcock, for example, and I don't generally talk about other YouTubers, but I do think this is a very important thing. Because he's a big proponent of the whole thing about staying angry is no good. It's no good. It's not good for him. It's not good for them. Like my friend the other day said, I think it was John DeMarco, it's not good for the whales. Yeah, don't be angry. How long do we stay angry? So, Dr. Omega, how long do we grieve? How long do we grieve? Is it not better? The best way, Buckminster Fuller said, the best way to do, I think it was Buckminster Fuller, the best way to create a new system is not by challenging an old system, but making the old system obsolete. How do you make something obsolete? You make something obsolete not by focusing on it, but by ignoring it. So if we go back to and back to and back to and back to something, the old issue, we go back to the grieving, what are we going to get? We're going to get more grieving. That's what's going to happen. Thank you for that comment, Dr. Omega. Guys, you guys want to be on Potato Stream later, 9:30 Eastern. Definitely want to be there. If I'm awake, Potato, I will pop in. It's a little late for me, for my where I am right now. I have lots of tiny scars on my arms. I told my cousin when she was 16, asked about why I left, and I said, "You're alive. Don't have scars. Have you lived?" Well, I think, yeah. I mean, scars can be an interesting reminder, right? And how you interpret the scars is important too, right? And of course, people have had different levels of suffering in life. So we can't judge people. But we want to try to help people stay positive, right? And unfortunately, I have to head out, but I have a good day, everyone. John and Marco, guys, go check out John. He put this stream in here, just put his stream in before. And make sure you are, so Potato put in his stream, sorry. John, make sure you put in your channel before you go, my friend. 40 years it has been that long. My God, man, you look for a man in your 40s. 40 years. Wait, I'm not sure who you're talking about. I end my streams. Have a good day and God bless. That's wonderful, Potato. And I think I've heard you do that. I know it's nerdy, but it's true, though. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. It is. It's not good. And I love our friend Doomcock, but again, the message, stay angry, not good for him, not good for anybody. Stay passionate. Hashtag stay passionate. You know what? Anybody, when you guys go into a Doomcock stream, and I'm only doing this because I'm friends with him. When you go into a Doomcock stream, give him a $2 super chat. It's hashtag stay passionate. The reason I always say that to Doomcock, stay passionate, because if you're passionate, you're always passionate. The swift sword of standing up for something in anger can always happen when needed. But you don't have to maintain those levels of vitriol, right? It's better to maintain high levels of passion and love for what you care about, right? So anyway, hashtag stay passionate. Hey, DJ Ronnie. Trek is dead to me, especially a new track. I hear you. DJ. Good streams the other day. They're very interesting streams. Please put in your links, DJ. Very interesting streams you had going on there the other day. Thank you. You're a Potato, of course. You have scars. You live underground like John Wick. Oh, do we miss? Did your Love Shack's comments? We always miss Love Shack's. We miss Love Shack's comments when he's takes time off from us. Hey, James Landscape, Commodore Productions. I caught you the other day live, Commodore. Awesome stuff. Make sure you guys are sharing your channels. Commodore, DJ, everybody, guys. And hashtag stay passionate. Don't love Doomcock too much. You don't like it when you don't like it when he gets excited. Oh, he's a teddy bear. Doomcock's a teddy bear. Gaisho, hey, good to see you, Basco. Gaisho, my friend, good to see you, my friend. And we got to catch up soon too. Be guys, be the change. Be the change. You guys are tired. Are you tired of the crap that you've been getting from sci-fi? Seriously, do your own project. Put your own thing out there. Maria's putting her thing out there. Maria's putting Vampira out there. Maria's going to get her Vampira comic going. And who knows what will happen when she gets her Vampira comic going. Let's see. Let me take a look at Vampira. Hold on a second. Maria's been hard at work on Vampira for years. And it looks like it might be getting some let's see, where's Vampira? Let me get Vampira up here. Where did Vampira go? Well, here, this is one of the Vampira's images. Let's see. So that's a good example. You got somebody like Buddhist priestess Maria, Reverend Maria Shinzai, right? Instead of getting pissed off about stuff, permanently being pissed off about it, like everyone else in the community, like all of us, like we've been permanently pissed for a long time, right? She's been hard at work on her message of positivity, and her character started off like more of a Halloween character, but she wanted to transform this Halloween character. She just wanted to have fun with the character at Halloween, right? But hard at work at turning Miss Vampira into the superhero that she is. And guys, that's Commodore's Commodore Productions. Make sure Repair 2 video. Okay, make sure you were checking that out. And great content. Just great content from all these guys in here. Commodore, DJ, Basco. Great content. Next year, I'm doing a rebrand. I will go in full costume and do skits and green screen. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. The potato night. Potato. The potato night. That's awesome, dude. If that's true, that's gonna be fun, Potato. That's gonna be fun. For my most recent upload, and upload and most recent upload and son just got a lot of lives. DJ Ronnie's been had a lot of lives in there. Yeah, that's Vampira, not Vampira. Oh, I see. I said Vampira. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Omega, for clarifying. It's Vampira. We've gone through a couple of evolutions from the beginning, and thank you for correcting me, my friend. I've been sitting on Zortex for 25 years. Wow. Imagine that, James. Imagine that. And James is on live telling us about Zortex. And James, please go ahead and you got the wrench, right? You got the wrench. Let me just check. Yeah, James has got a wrench. Put in your links, your Amazon links and your other links, James. Yeah, you got the wrench. Yeah, please go ahead and use that wrench, guys. For my most recent streams, click here, DJ Ronnie. Porcelain's potato. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, be the change. Maria's being the change. Instead of complaining and bitching about this being this and this being that and this being woke and this being whatever, be the change. Vampira is being the change. She's got her. She's got work. She's hard at work. We're getting one day. You're going to see that comic book. You're going to be able to hold that Vampira comic book in your hands, and we'll see what comes from that. That's the first step. We'll see. We'll see. Will you see? Will you see Vampira in the movie theater someday? Who knows? And Captain Fandom Nerd. Hello, Captain Fandom Nerd. Good to see you. Be the change. Be like Captain Fandom Nerd. He was tired. He was tired of listening to people complain. He started his own channel. And it's not been an easy road, right, Cap? But he's keeping on. Like Maria's saying, keep on keeping on. And Captain Fandom Nerd is, taking a pause and coming back to streaming. You only go with the potato night because the onion night has already taken potato. So be the change, guys, and being the change. So there's so many different ways to be the change. This is a very proactive way, right? It's a very proactive way that Vampira, that Maria is leading the change, right? She's being the change. It's a very proactive way and very, very physical, material way of working on a product that's going to be put out, and it's going to be and she's been, it's a very proactive way. But there's be the change on an emotional level, right? Be the change on a mental level, and also on that taking action level. And this is where the taking action level, the start, there's a saying in personal growth, the start is often what's stopping people, right? And so Maria here is showing that the start is not stopping her. Like she's already begun this, right? And so for some other people, the start is not the problem. The follow through is the problem, right? But before all this, the mental, the emotional, before all this, the mental, the emotional change, Maria is being, and Reverend, I should say Reverend Shinzai Maria is being the mental change. She's being the emotional change, right? And her community, her channel is not about bitching about stuff. And it's very admirable that her channel is not bitching about stuff. Would her channel be bigger? Maybe. But do you want to go down the Darth Vader path? Or do you want to go down the Yoda path? That's the real question. Because there's a lot of merit for going down that Yoda path. And a lot of those guys who used to be Anakin and turning into Vader. I know I'm being it's a very harsh analogy here, but there's a little truth to it. Sometimes there's stuff there that comes back to bite you when you go down the Vader path for channel growth. There's stuff that comes back to bite you. All that emotional baggage BS, and you're complaining, so you're attracting people who are complaining, and you're bitching, and people are bitching, and people are going to bitch about you, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Think about this: if you got 10,000 followers, there's always going to be, when your numbers start to get big, you don't want insane levels of emotional baggage following you around in your channel. You don't. And some people are very good at letting it go, but are not paying too much attention to it. But I think it affects a lot of people, even though they think it doesn't. I think it, it does. So maybe it's better for your message to be, just wonderful and cheery and positive. And you don't got something nice to say, listen, my big comment about this crappy show is I got no comment about it. It's not worth my time. How about that, guys, huh? Listen to this. what you guys got to be saying is that really crappy show that everybody wants me to rip apart, maybe it's not worth my time, right? Maybe that's what you guys should be saying. Maybe it's not worth my time. Maybe it's time to take the high road. Maybe it's time to focus on other stuff. Maybe it's time to be really positive and creative and constructive and let's be, inspiring. Inspiration TV, hashtag Inspiration TV, guys. Maybe it's time to take the Maria Tiantelli path and create something brand new. I've been working on the Inspiration TV channel for the same reason. I want some positivity. I want to talk about positive stuff. I don't have time to listen to people complain and bitch and people tearing apart and even people going after Orville Nation guests. Why in God's name? Why in God's name, if you are a friend of the channel and a friend of PJ's, why in God's name would people waste time going after an Orville Nation guest? It's beyond me. It's beyond understanding. And so, like, even stuff like that has happened, right? So you guys really, everybody, we all have to think about taking a higher road and how we're wasting our lives complaining about crap. We're wasting our time complaining about crap. Let me take a look at the chat. Hail Captain Fandom Nerd. I have started doing other things. I have found reading again, working on 3-book series, and I have my dog also. Yeah, and then John has found excellent positive ways. Oh, and excellent ways to make lemonade out of lemons, and those Space Center videos that might be coming, right? The philosophy of life according to a puppet. Yoda. I read a lot of NASA detective stories. Oh, interesting. You know what's interesting? Depending on how geeky and techie you are, but like NASA, like those NASA, what is it called? Like the shuttle crash investigation documents and all the mission recap documents, like that kind of stuff is all really interesting, depending on how techy you are. And that's Sci-Fi Mommy's channel. Very positive stuff. Talk to you later. I'm driving. Drive safely, young lady. Yoda path, Vader path, the true path for a Star Trek fan is the Spock Quark path of long and prosper. The only thing bad so far is your shirt. It makes your beard look bigger. It makes my beard look bigger. I don't even really have a beard. Just a couple days. But thank you for the comments, guys. So of course we're highlighting here, Sorceress, Mistress Vampira, who is, I think she's now more like a Sorceress Vampira. And Reverend Maria Shinzai's decision to be proactive, right? To be proactive about an environment, an unhealthy period of creating unhealthy products in our sci-fi geek community. She is taking things into her own hands. So congrats, Maria. Orville, what did you think of my live show uniform? I loved it, Commodore. And I enjoyed it. And here, one second. With your permission, well, actually, I'm not even asking you for permission. Let's see. I think Commodore, yeah. I'm going to show, let's see. Commodore, are you okay if I show a couple of stills from your show? You okay? Let me know. Let me just double check here. Can I show a couple of stills? Because I did enjoy it, and it looks great. You look great. Seriously, you look fabulous. Let's see if we get. I want to do it with. Oh, what happened here? Let's see. Oh, great. Sure. Great. So, for example, loving Commodore Productions. Let's see. There you go. So, yeah, I loved it. This is Jim's Landscape LLC, Commodore Productions. Great stuff. Great stuff in there. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Looking great. What is this? Looking great there, Commodore. Looking fabulous. Yeah, I thought it was great. Look, Phantom Boomer, his guest. Yeah, I thought it was great. You look great. It was a very pleasant surprise to catch you streaming. So fantastic. I would everybody please put in your channel, Commodore, and so people can subscribe to this. Please put in your channel. The book Truth Lies in O-Rings is a good book, and we'll be reading next. It's about Apollo 1 and the Challenger. Interesting, John. I haven't heard about the book Truth Lies in O-Rings. I mean, I know about the whole. I know about the whole thing you're talking about. I didn't know that's the title of a book. That's interesting. Captain Phantom Nerd's channel, and Captain Phantom Nerd is once again up and streaming again, and he's almost at the monetization mark. I think he got to get his streaming hours back, but Captain Phantom Nerd, what would the days be without jumping into a Captain Phantom Nerd stream, right? Without catching him streaming. So great job, Jim. Yeah, you look great. And you know what? Let me just show a different version. Like I'm enough different still here. So this is Captain here. There you go. Look at that. It looks great. Looks fabulous. I gotta say. Good job. Good job there, Commodore. So guys, be the change in so many ways. Be the change in how you react to what you don't like. Be a change in how you react to a gloomy day. Be a change in how you react if you're not feeling. If you're having a day when you're not feeling confident or you're feeling off, why don't you pat yourself on the back? Remind yourself how wonderful and special you are, right? And just give yourself an injection of confidence, because you deserve it. There's nobody. I'm going to say something here. I hate the word loser for one reason. Well, for a lot of reasons, but there's one big reason I hate that word. God doesn't make losers. The Creator does not make losers. No, there's nobody on this planet or in this galaxy, right? We obviously have brothers and sisters abroad, right? Abroad and probably here among us too, right? There's no losers. There's no losers. God doesn't make them. There aren't any, because the Creator doesn't make them. So if you're having one of those days where you're just feeling down, you're not feeling confident, God doesn't make losers. God only makes winners. And that's not just a pep talk. That's life. That's the universe. That's the way it is. And we're going to be doing a lot of more Planetary Union coach type stuff, because we need to get the BS and the negativity out of the greater nerd community, and we need to start focusing on progress and real good stuff. I don't believe in God. That's okay, Prophet. He believes in you. Whatever whatever you want to call it. Doesn't have the word God doesn't it, it doesn't even matter. But there is a spiritual aspect, right? Lots of losers Britain because we don't believe in God. Oh no. No, there's not losers anywhere. And the great mistake of modern man is to deny himself or herself, right? The spiritual component to who we are. Denying the spiritual component to who we are is to be incomplete. And it doesn't mean you have to be religious. It doesn't mean you have to be terribly spiritual. But to deny that there is a spiritual component to you is a mistake, I believe. So, the greater nerd. I love that, James. Can I quote you on that? The greater nerd. The greater nerd. Listen, the greater nerd. If you're going to come up with different ways to talk about the creator, God, the creator, the greater nerd is a wonderful one. I love it. I love it. Love it. That's why he's an author. That's why he's a sci-fi author. Thank you, James. I will have to use that, and we'll try to remember. It was James who said it. I don't believe in Santa Claus. That's okay. Santa Claus believes in you. I'm going to bust your balls all day long. Time Prophet. Without God, we all wouldn't be here. I'm not denying it. I haven't gotten it. I haven't got it. The only creator I know is the MCP. The greatest nerd in all nerdom. Love that, James. Love that. Dang, I look good on the panel. I told you look good. I told you, Jim, you look great. You look fantastic, dude. Yeah. Look at that. He's got everything. He's got even. I'm looking at the. what is it called? The band here. He's got everything on there. He's got the little tiny cross insignia there. Looking great, my friend. I think there's a greater chance of me becoming monetized than an Orville season 4. And that is my friend Captain Phantom Nerd throwing his 2 cents of negativity into the conversation. Now we have a PJ Unfiltered members stream coming up whenever PJ decides to post it. Fortunately, as I was telling Sci-Fi Mommy this week, I don't like being unreliable. So I didn't post it because I wasn't sure I would make it. But I think now that this strike is gone, I think things are coming. Things are coming. Whatever form we get. The jug fills drop by drop. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Maria, for saying that. And I'm so not positive enough for this. I'm so not positive enough. Yes, you are, Louise. Look at you with the beautiful flowers and the butterfly, and you're totally positive enough for this channel. A relation, if there is a God, Maria wouldn't snort. Oh, I beg to differ. You're fun. Time Prophet is always a bunch of fun. And Santa Claus believes in you. He certainly does, right? Intention is a very powerful thing. So even though like something like Santa Claus is based on an actual person, on St. Nicholas, right? Who had several episodes of helping out in the history of helping out children and young people. The whole concept, when you have a wonderful, pure, good idea that you share with people, intention is everything. So even something that is not completely based on completely historical accurate facts can have power, can be powerful, right? The idea of Santa Claus is very powerful. Look at Rudolph. Look at Rudolph. Didn't Gordon and John use Rudolph to get Bortus a message? Didn't um, didn't Gordon and John use Rudolph? Rudolph is totally fictional as far as we know. Santa Claus is, can loosely be based on Saint Nicholas, right? And then on other stuff that's been added, right? But what about that? What about Rudolph? Rudolph, the story written by a father, I think it was of a father of a young girl in Chicago, and they were very poor. I think they're going through difficult times, right? And intention is everything. That's why intention is everything. That's why we're trying to say here, right? That's why we're trying to say here, guys, that if intention can be so powerful, we can't be negative. Ms. Martin had a great conversation about it this morning on her channel. We can't be negative. We can't be spreading negativity, bullshit, anger, insults. We can't. It's pouring cats and dogs out. Oh wow. I hope it's not your cats and dogs, John. I hope it's just water. I was thinking that too, Tara, as a Brit thing. I'm too British to be positive. Yeah, I get it. You know what though? I know a lot of Brits too. And I get that you say that. I get what you're saying. But you know what? That's not a good stereotype. I know what you guys are saying. I do. And there's other cultures who would say that to different degrees or different, certain situations, or Santa Claus in spirit is more important. Yes, John. Yes. We were raised to be cynical in Britain, but you have the American dream. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The good-looking dude in the photo is Commodore. Commodore, please, hold on a second. Let me make sure. I'm not seeing you put it in, so I'm putting it in. This is Commodore's channel. Make sure you're sub to it. Jim LLC Landscape and Commodore. That's make sure you're subbing to that, guys. Without negativity, you can't have positivity. Negativity allows you to appreciate and identify positivity, but you shouldn't stay in the negativity. The physics of intent is undeniable and provable with consistency. Positivity always leads to a better good, whether observed or not. It has made a difference. Positivity, and this is Dr. and author Adega Outlaw. This is not just anybody saying it. This is the Dr. Adega Outlaw. Wise words, wise words. Absolutely, doctor. Absolutely. The power of intention is undeniable and provable. Wise words and the truth, not just wise words, but the truth, as Dr. Adega is saying. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. Gap. Good to see you, Gap. I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. That's funny. I have the buzzing on the mic when I move. Jeez. Again? All right. Thanks, Prophet. Might be time for a new mic. This is a very reliable one. This is very reliable. I didn't want to touch it. So I want to thank you on JLLC, Jim, And Commodore, thank you for letting us have you in the background here. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. We're all Klingons, damn it. we're all Klingons. Oh, self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah, that's a good one. How many self-fulfilling prophecies? You know what? Our behaviors are self-fulfilling prophecies. Our behaviors are self-fulfilling prophecies, guys. What do you think about that? If you're going to be out there, you're going to be bitching and being negative, and what are you going to get? What are you going to get? You're going to take the reins and realize you have the power. This is why some people don't do it. They don't realize they have the power. You don't realize you got the power. That's right. I'm pointing to you. You don't realize you have the power to be more than you are. You don't realize you have the power to make a difference. You don't realize you have the power. That's you I'm talking to. You don't realize you have the power to be a great positive force in this world. Better start to realize it. Better start to realize it. You know who realizes it? This guy realizes it. Oh, there he is. This guy realizes it. Commodore realizes it. Look at that wonderful show he's putting together. Oh, it's okay. That's okay, Jim. I just wanted to give you a little exposure here because great content on the channel. Great content. And thank you for giving us permission. I think it's wonderful. Organizers sound like you have a break in the wire as long as you don't move. Oh, okay. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Time Prophet. Try not to move too much. Don't spread negativity. Hold it and let it boil. You plot their demise. Oh, Dr. Omega. You know, comedy, and Dr. Omega is very good at this. Comedy is important. And taking a negative concept like Dr. Omega is taking right now and making people smile about it is a good thing. That's a great thing, Dr. Omega, and a great gift that Dr. Omega has. You can laugh about it. You don't want to stay there like moping about it, right? I know tomorrow it might rain. It will be 90%. That's because you live where you live. You ever thought about taking up psychology? Yeah, I took it up a while back. And I stepped away from it. And I stepped away from personal growth. You know, unfortunately, and I've talked about this before, the reason I stepped away from personal growth is because there's a lot of people taking advantage of their clients and of their friends and everybody. Lots of good people doing mediocre, let's say, mediocre, not so good stuff in personal development, personal growth. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars. And you shouldn't be spending thousands of dollars unless you can totally blow money left and right because you've got tons of it. Then you should use the money for that. But in general, people don't need to be spending thousands of dollars to grow and to become better people. You don't need to, and you shouldn't. You should be taking care of your basic needs, your business. Entrepreneurs get screwed in personal growth all the time. Entrepreneurs, business owners, small, medium size business owners overspend on personal growth. They overspend, and unfortunately, they are underdelivered often by the people they are spending with. I gaslight myself. Yeah, you got to gaslight yourself, but in the right direction. In the wrong direction, no. In the right direction. Well, I think he might be saying the same thing. James might be saying, yeah, you got to gaslight yourself. You got to talk yourself up, build yourself up. You got to build, but you're not. I wonder if gaslighting's not even the right word because there's truth in building yourself up psychologically and emotionally. There's truth in that. But thank you for that comment, James. Yeah. Guys, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Jim's Landscape LLC at Commodore Productions. Thank you, Commodore, for letting us share your wonderful, wonderful. What is this? Okay. Thank you for letting us share your images, still images from your stream. And I'm just going to let it run for a sec without the sound so you guys can get a feel. Yeah, you guys run. Look at that. Look at that. You want to check the stream out. You definitely want to check this stream out. That's Captain Fandom Nerd's channel. Had a lot of personal growth in my 30s and 40s. My doctor wants me to lose most of it. That's funny, Doc. So yeah, I told you Doc was funny. Orville, can you tell us your workout routine? How do you look so great on camera? How long do you spend in makeup before coming on? Dude, yeah, okay, okay, Prophet. Thank you. This Prophet, I probably look shabby, but thank you, my friend. Oh, you guys are funny. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Time Prophet, Dr. Omega, Captain Fandom Nerd, author James Caserta, Commodore Productions, who is blessing us with letting us watch him on the bridge. I'm on the bridge of the Orville. He's on the bridge of Constitution class starship there. Maybe it's the Enterprise. Louise Sparrow, who is definitely such a positive force in our community. Louise Sparrow, always so positive. And Adega Outlaw, doctor and author Adega Outlaw, with his wise words and contributions. Always a blessing to have you here, Dr. Adega. And Gap After Dark. And let's see who else has been in here. John Sopola and his puppies. It's Raining Cats and Dogs, Maria Tiantelli, and Captain Fandom Nerd. Let's see who else. Leif Henriksen, Sci-Fi Mombi. Good to see you guys. And going back further, DJ Ronnie, he's been having some very interesting streams. Bosco Scenario, good to see all you guys. John Del Marco and all his Luminites. Potato Revan. Good to see you, Potato. Ms. Martin Muses, thank you for that super sticker, Ms. Martin. Jessica Castillo, good to see you, Jessica. Thank you for dropping in. And everybody, Philip Gaming, Evil Vulcan Friend, everybody who's been in here, guys. Thank you, Mountains of Elysium. And that's about as far back as I can go. Sandra Feliciano and Raymond, good to see you guys. So I want to thank everybody, guys. Don't forget, be the change you want to be. Take action in the direction that you want to. Take action in the direction that you. Take action in the direction that you need to go in. The direction that your higher you is telling you to go in. Be the change mentally, emotionally, and physically. Be the change that you want to see in your community. Be the change that you want to see here in your community. And as Jay Lee would say, do better. Our friend Jay Lee would say, do better. So thank you, everybody, guys. We will see you again soon. That member stream is coming up as soon as I can post it. And today we were supposed to do the We Grow Together. We're gonna have to do the We Grow Together a different day. And of course, all you guys are welcome to pop in for those 10-minute pop-ins. We're gonna have to kind of keep those at 10 minutes because it looks like we're gonna be having. I'm getting a lot of questions about those, so we're gonna be getting more and more people popping in, guys. So probably have to leave those to 10 minutes. We might go a little bit over, but approximately 10 minutes. All right, guys. Thank you for a wonderful, wonderful discussion. And we will be back soon. And be the change. Be that change that you want to see in your community.
know you're all just as excited as I am, so let's give this everything we got, and may the Force be with you.
And one more for all you guys who are still here.
This is
She, Dolly Parton. And don't forget, you guys, don't forget, one more time, be the change that you want to see in your community. Take care, guys.